As 2025 draws to a close, I feel the need to talk about the year that's been and the year that is to come. If you recall, I did one of these videos about this time last year, and I thought instead of doing this in my studio like I did last year, I'd rather be out on the trail talking and looking around and finding a couple of cool pictures in the process. Some of the goals didn't really come to pass. Look, life happens. In fact, life happens a lot. I have a family. I have a, almost full-time job. I also do commercial photography, and at the end of the day, they are my priorities. This is what I enjoy, and I don't particularly feel like making this a job until this job can look after me. And I honestly believe that if I enjoy doing these videos more than I feel that I need to do these videos, then the videos themselves will be much better, and the subjects and the content will be so much more enjoyable for everybody. The amount of time it takes to plan these adventures and actually go on the adventures and take the time out to film, which extends the walking time and the photography time by at least twofold. And then of course there's the editing of the photos and of the video. So yeah, it all takes time, and it's time that I love to dedicate to this particular craft. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll see that my videos have been improving, especially over the last year, where I'm thinking more about the editing process as I'm filming. So today I'm actually heading to the base of a water reservoir. There's a dam just down the road from this place called Ridgeway near Hobart. And look, I don't know the specifics about the dam, but it's 60 metres high, thereabouts. It's about 100 years old, so that's exciting. And I've been down there once before, and it is quite the sight. So this year, what a whirlwind. I punched out a whole bunch of videos, all different sorts. You might say I'm still trying to find my way. There was my trip to Sydney, which was loads of fun, and the 3 videos I did for that, I really wanted to turn them into separate chapters that had completely different focus points. And I think I achieved that pretty well, but I didn't want to put out 3 videos that were exactly the same. That was really great. And the reason I was over there, which I didn't talk about in the video, was that my great-great-grandfather, I think it was, he was awarded an American Congressional Medal of Honor, who had jumped into the water off his ship to rescue a man who had capsized his canoe in the South China Sea. He did it without any thought for himself, simply that he was rescuing a man. But the big deal about this was that he was in an unmarked grave, and there was a team of people searching for him, looking for history for 30 years. Yeah, he finally was given official recognition by a plaque on his grave, and his family, his direct descendants, which is not me, received a replica of the award. It was fantastic. Really made me believe in people who are actually doing something not for themselves at all, but just to set things right. It's quite incredible. There is a bit of history to this dam, but I think I'll leave it up to better people than me to explain how it transpired and what was involved. Suffice to say, this dam wall has been fixed 3 times within the last 100 years. The last time was in the 1990s. They say it's going to last another 100 years. You can see this water running down from about halfway up. It's always been a leaky dam. I think I may have spoken about a Nissi sale that was on for, October 31st. Part of that sale was this great bag from Summit Creative. Now, not sponsored at all, but I'm really enjoying the bag. It's been wonderful. Heaps of room, absolutely heaps. So this is a 150 to 450 millimeter lens. Goes almost the entire width of the backpack. 70 to 200. In here, that's my 24-70, but that's where I keep my 15 to 30 wide angle. I've got my drone, got a battery pack, got a 100mm macro tucked in that little corner there. Got the drone controller and batteries and all my spare batteries. And there is still room to spare, which is incredible. But not only that, up the top here, I've got my R50V. I keep the camera that you're looking through, the Osmo, in this pocket here. Plus there's room in the flap here for a water bottle, like a water bladder, and a laptop. So pretty much everything. The only downside, this is incredibly annoying. So this is my clip to put my camera on, but it sits up the very top of my shoulder. What I really need is to be able to clip it down here, but that is too wide for this system. But for one little niggle, it's actually quite an amazing bag. Now, there is something else about this damn wall, and I know it's all about perspective, because from here, it looks like that damn wall is curving over the top, but I swear to you it isn't. It's still freaking me out regardless. You know, I thought this cage might have been around the pipe symmetrically, but no, that is not the case. The entire platform is symmetric, but the cage is not, because the cage is sitting on the concrete, not on the metal platform, which quite honestly scares me a little. Let's go down like so. Oh, I can even see the top. I was talking earlier about the amount of time spent doing videos, and yeah, sure, there have been a lot of instances where it's taken a long time to put a video together, but there have been other occasions where I've made video, like I've shot, planned, gone out walking, only to find that there was maybe a mistake, or things didn't go quite to plan, or maybe even it was just really too boring. Those videos still do take time, and I've got a whole bunch of them because, let's face it, I'm by no means perfect, but I might put a few of those together as a bit of a compilation before the end of the year, so that you can have a look at what I've been up to. Now, I want to talk about next year, because next year is huge. I really don't know what I'm in for, to be honest. Well, first up, it's probably one of the biggest things to happen to me in a while. First thing, Laura, my partner, is an artist, and she, for 10 years, she has been working her way towards getting an artist residency in Finland, and she got it. Like, she applied for the first time this year and she won the residency. That is huge. It's 3 months at Suomenlinna outside Helsinki. I mean, look, I can't go because 3 months is such a huge chunk of time. I have family, I have work commitments, all of that. However, there's nothing stopping me going for a month. And that's what I'm doing. So in October 2026, I'm flying over to Helsinki to spend 30 days in Suomenlinna. It's going to be magic. And of course, I'm not just going to spend 30 days helping Laura out. And there is going to be a lot of help for her because she's already requested my help. So that's great. That's what I'm there for. So I'm expecting some great hikes, some really beautiful wilderness. I'm going to do some street photography. I've seen a bunch of Helsinki thanks to Matty, and I'm really excited to walk around and experience it for myself because it looks stunning. And there's a whole bunch of festivals going on during October. There is going to be Aurora. I've never been so close to the pole before. Like, we get auroras here and they are amazing. They can be absolutely incredible, but we're on the 42nd parallel. A whole different experience as far as auroras go. So there's that. And the other thing that I've been working on is setting up a brand new channel, which is not photography related. When I started this channel, part of what I wanted to do was interview photographers and give my audience, you, some insight into the way other photographers work. The photography community, while it's big down here, they're very shy. They really prefer to be on that side of the camera and not on this side of the camera. The idea of interviewing and the experience I've had with interviewing has been so positive that I wanted to talk to people that are outside of photography as well. People that have similar interests to my own in other areas. People from all walks of life, which I have either lined up to interview or I have already interviewed at this stage. So I'm looking at launching that kind of February, March next year. And when that happens, I will give you more details. But in the meantime, I'm working that around doing all these other things as well. But I think it's going to be very, very exciting, and I can feel that it will appeal to a much broader audience. There are some people visiting the state, which I'm not going to talk about at this stage, but I'd love to, and I know that I will be meeting up with them. Maybe not interviewing, but probably just having some adventures together. They're the sort of things I'm really excited about, and going back out into the wilderness and finding these places that you may not know about. And all of next year, it's really about showing all of you what this great state has to offer, along with some tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way. So I'll still be talking about some techniques, but I don't want to focus on those. I really would like to focus on what's out there, what's down here. This dam, for example, it's a 5-minute drive from the city. You wouldn't know it, really. And on that note, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for a wonderful 2025. Here's to an exceptional 2026. And I look forward to introducing all my failed videos in the next one. Enjoy.